Now this is a repair. It's a MacBook Pro. Belongs to my son, the same son which I just did the phone for. And it had a bit of an impact on the bottom. And the hard drive sounds pretty awful. And the drive, you could see, had a dent in it. So I've already opened this up once. I was opening up again because I found that the arm which run the head across the disk is bent. So I'm hoping that I can actually recover the drive by just getting that bent just right to put it back where it's supposed to be. Failing that would be a new drive, but I mean I expect to put a new drive anyway. But what I'm hoping to do is to get the data off this one. Although there is a suspicion that it's got viruses and stuff like anyway, so I don't know how well it's going to go. But let's get this thing open. So this top arm here, you can see it stops in the wrong place. It's sticking, see it? So I don't know why it's sticking, which is a bit concerning because I don't want it to be sticking. It's stuck again. I don't know what's making that stick. Yeah, it's a bit of a concern. Also, I'm trying not to damage the hard drive itself, but I need to figure out what's making this stick, because it shouldn't be sticking like that. It's jamming somewhere. I'm not quite sure what has caused that. Maybe the actual platter is bent. Don't know. I can see a scrape mark where you hit the platter, so that's concerning. Yeah, well, I don't know. This is when I first opened up, the top one here was bent downwards. It wouldn't actually go onto the disk. So I've bent that back up a bit, so it clears the disk now. Well, it clears the platter, but the head's not actually pushed down enough now. It's actually a bit too far the other way. But it's got issues with sticking, which is a little concerning. The main thing I want to do is try and get the data back off this disk, but I need to figure out why it's sticking. Because obviously it shouldn't be sticking, but something's making it happen. So I think maybe this is bent here as well. It's quite concerning. So I'll just sort of do a quick little video on this, just try and see what I can see. And that's obviously a magnet there, holding down, but I'll push this over now, and that's still sticking. Lift this up, still sticking. Sticking at the bottom. Not sure. Let's try and figure out what's making it jam. That's the problem. All without risking ruining the hard drive itself. Yeah, something mechanically is wrong with this. Moves that far okay, then it gets to there and starts to stick. This is just the magnet, isn't it? So I might just pop that off and have a closer look. Let's try that. Pretty good magnet, I have to say. Right, it's not going to come off there. Come on. Is that hooked under there? Or is it just magnetism? I can't tell. I think it's just magnetism doing that. Here we go. Right, that's one hell of a magnet, I'll tell you. Right, now I've got that off. Let's see if it frees anything up. No. So there's a magnet underneath there. Yeah, I'm just trying to determine which part is sticking. It feels like it might be the heads, which is concerning. Yeah, the head there, the bottom head. It's a worry. I'm pretty sure it's not a normal movement. This is probably going to be into this disc, I'd say. I don't think this is going to be recovering. I'll try levering those two platters apart there. See if that will help. Well, it's two heads apart. And that. And the head there is, no, it's not that one there. Which one's binding? So yeah, this is just really not going well. It's not looking like it's going to be recoverable. It wants to kind of go, but it's hitting. Can't quite see which one it is that's hitting. I mean, yeah, it's definitely binding the platen. There we go. I can see the pattern. There we go. Alright, so that is definitely hitting the platen, or platter, but I can't see which one's doing it. I know the top one was bent and I've lifted that up, but I'm wondering if the one underneath that is also bent. Try and pull that up. But yeah, it's not looking like it's very likely to work ever again, which is certainly a shame. Yes, isn't really happy at all. Not at all happy. Yeah, that's bent the other way, that one. So let's try giving that push down then. This isn't helping. I think she's a goner. It's not that, not that. Can't seem to get it to go on. Not reliably. It's a shame. It's just purely his head alignment. Oh, it's got to work very soon, which is a bit of a shame too. It does not want to go. Can't quite see which bit's actually causing the problem. That's what's a little aggravating about it. Is it the top piece or not? No. Push that one down. Push it up. Doesn't matter. Doesn't appear to be the bottom one. Push that one down. Doesn't seem to help. I don't know, I'm actually a bit of a loss with this. I'm not quite sure which way this needs to go. It doesn't seem to matter which one I'm bending, it doesn't want to go in. Okay. Yeah, it's not happy, is it? Not at all happy. This does not look good. I'm fairly sure this isn't going to live again. So I'm actually one of his bent the platters, but I don't know. So I just thought I'd do a little video showing what inside this thing looks like, in my attempt to fix it, but I don't think I'm going to actually have much success with this. I don't think this is going to work. So. Hell of a magnet, I'll tell you. Right. Well, that's still sticking. No, and that's definitely sticking on the platter. Scratching. It's no good. I'd like to try and recover the data off it if I can, but it's not looking very likely to happen. I can't see which is wrong. Bottom looks like it's slightly wrong, but middle one also looks like it's slightly wrong. But the alignment on these has got to be so perfect, that's the problem. So if it's slightly out, it will stick. Oh, that's feeling slightly more promising. Only slightly though. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's no good. No, this is fucked. So, never mind. It was worth a shot. So the hard drive in this looks to be stuffed, as you see my first part of the video, which I've recorded but not done anything with yet. This new drive just arrived. I'm going to put an SSD in it because that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? You're going to bother putting one in and starting from scratch. Let's put one of these in. Okay, so this is a Kingston one. I haven't used a Kingston SSD before. I've used Samsung and can't think of the other one. But anyway, it's the first time I used Kingston. So I'm going to put this in. It's late at night. It's actually like almost midnight. So I was laying in bed thinking, oh, can I do it? Yeah. So I'm going to put this in. I need to figure out which system I'm going to put onto it. So I'm pretty sure this is a Macbook 2008. I'm fairly sure, not certain. Which, according to my info, should be around 10.11 OS X. So I've got a flash drive here with 10.10 on, which will hopefully work. There was a thing with the SSL changing, the encryption keys changing, which made all these previously made flash drives useless. So this, I know 10.6 works, but I'd rather not. I'd rather put a later system on. So anyway, so I'm going to take this drive out, and we'll get that put in there. Hopefully, big hopefully. First thing we'll do is get it open. Right, she's out. Now this has got these little tabs on the side, which I've got to take out, which appear to be Torx. Of course they are. Why would Apple make it easy? Hopefully I've got a screwdriver which actually fits them. You might notice this is the Torx but a flat head, but if it works, it works. It doesn't work. Okay, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? If I haven't got a screwdriver which fits it. Ah, wait a minute. I might resort to my other screwdriver set. Right, this has probably got one in it to do it. I expect it does. I hope it does. Let's go for this one. That seems like a reasonable size. Reasonable size, yeah, a bit too big. Smaller, much smaller. That's probably going to be too big now. Too small now. Fiddly stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit small. Let's try what I want. That's the right one. Okay, cool. I bought this set because it's got these little security bit stuff with it, but I haven't used it very often. But you know, when you need it, you need it. So it's all good. Yeah, try and make sure you can see what I'm doing. I should actually be in bed now, but I was lying there thinking, oh, I just want to get this started, and you know, then I can probably just leave it installing overnight and stuff like that. So anyway, I'll just get this going, and I'll probably come across some kind of problem which I'll end up lying in bed thinking about instead. Okay, come on, get in there. It does actually have a ratchet thing on it, but nah, I'll never use that. That's not really worth it. So an SSD should speed this computer up a huge amount. I've done SSDs on all the other computers pretty much, apart from one which I still want to upgrade, but that needs a 1 GB SSD. Sorry, a 1 TB SSD, and that's fairly expensive. So the other computers I've done, they've only required small amounts of drive space, but because I want to retain the partition formats and stuff on the computer, so it still has its original partitions and things like that, by duplicating, you know, basically cloning the drive from one to another without any manipulation. It's on a PC on Windows 10. I'll try and retain its operating stuff, you know. So with that, I need to put in a B drive. My other computers, like my other Mac, my Mac Pro, for example, that didn't really matter because it's a Mac and you just move things around quite easily, and just, you know, it doesn't really matter that much. Just create a drive and drag things over. It works. No pressing around with recovery partitions and shit like that. And latest systems do have it, but anyway, let's drop this in here. Drop that in there. Put that into that slot. Get the little bracket which is here. Drops in there like so. Of course, the screwdriver. Screw that down. Get a battery cover. Which is a bit dirty and crap. Anyway. I was looking at this before, it didn't actually sit down properly. It was a bit bent, so it did get an impact on the bottom. You can see the dent just there. Anyway, we'll see. So, into there like so, drop it in like that. That's sitting there a bit proud there. That's not actually down, it's sitting up. There you go, now it's gone. But you can actually see the dent just there. It's quite, yeah, anyway. Right, let's flip this around. Let's get the power supply plugged in. so I already have plugged it in, that's right. So I just need to get this hooked up. And then I'll try the system for the 10.10. We'll see if this will actually work or not. The other problem with this computer is that the keyboard doesn't work. So I actually have to plug in a external keyboard as well. This needs to be moved. This computer's had a bit of a hard life. It's got a broken screen just down here too. The trackpad still works. Barely. Anyway. Right. Oh, that's the wrong flash drive. I want a different flash drive. Oh, and this flash drive. This is 10.6 flash drive. So, will it boot off 10.10? Well, it's not too much right now, is it? I'll have to do some key combinations till it finds it. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. Come on in. Trackpad is a bit dodgy. Oh dear. Needs a new keyboard, new trackpad. Who knows what else it needs? Anyway. We boot off his flash drive and try and install that system on his SSD and go from there. Get the thing working properly at first. I might actually get a plug-in USB mouse for this to make it a bit easier. Let's move this around, it's not going to work very well now. Just nick a mouse from the other computer. Do the job. Oh, that's the way for the keyboard. Oh my god. Why is it everything complicated? Yeah, so this computer's had a hard life. I may not record the whole process. Maybe I'll stop this here and come back to it. I'm sure you don't want to see the whole process tediously recorded. Right, so I thought I'd just show you this part. So go to install OS X. This is that 10.10 flash drive I made some time ago, and goes to these screens here. You have to agree to it. Of course I read everything. Yeah, not. Set the drive, which I had to format just now, so set that up. Starts the installation process. Verifies the installer first, which is obviously a good thing. However, it comes up with this. Zoom it out slightly, There you go. This copy of the installed OS X Yosemite application can't be verified, may have been corrupted or tampered with during downloading. What that means is basically that the SSL certificate is expired for the installer, and so as far as Apple's concerned, that is no longer a valid installer, and I can't install it. Kind of inconvenient. Yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out something else now. I might have to install an older version and upgrade later. Right, so here we go. I'm going to try and install Mavericks instead, which is 10.9. No, that fails too. Awesome. Ah dear. This is annoying. Okay, so I found a little workaround. Short of re-downloading the installer, as if you're actually in the installer app and you go into the utilities menu and select terminal, just here, and you put this in, and it changes the date on the computer, which makes it before the certificate date, so it doesn't actually expire. That seems to be working. It's actually started to install now. One thing I noticed is that it says sudo date. I had to leave the sudo part out. I didn't recognise that command, so in my situation I left it out. I just put date and that number there in, hit return, it accepted it, and then I quit the terminal app, went into the installer and started installing. So yeah, this is the outcome of that. This is, as you can see, it's got about 7 minutes remaining. So it says, we'll see. It's only been installing for about 2 minutes so far, but at least it's actually got past that first error. Well, it's got to the end of the installer. Interestingly, it says about a second remaining. Okay. Still waiting. Still waiting. We'll get there, I hope. Okay, there we go. System's installed. Time to configure it. It's just hopefully this bit doesn't take too long, so I thought I'd video it since I'm at the final stages. But yeah, so doing that little date trick does seem to work quite nicely for getting the installer to work. I thought Apple wouldn't have had certificates that expired so soon on systems software like that, you know. It's just a bit ridiculous, really. You know, was that 2 years or something after it came out, 2 or 3 years? You know, when you have a system which is no longer based on floppy disks or CD-ROMs, but a directly downloaded file from Apple, which isn't even installed anymore, because when you download it, it deletes it when it's been installed. You know, so it's all hides it away and disappears. You have to be careful about how you actually get it. And I'm actually surprised it made it that hard to install. But hey, it's a free system. I suppose, you know, you can't complain too much. Apple doesn't charge for the operating systems, unlike other companies. So yeah, I suppose having a few little bugs here or there, or other complications, not bugs. A few complications here or there don't really matter so much. But I just want this Wi-Fi to work. It's taking its time. A little bit interesting, anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd show this. Hopefully it will carry on going. So there we go. One working laptop. So it's got to replace the battery soon. Interesting. Okay, well, it's working. There we go. Late 2008. So this is a nice little computer, this one. Do software update, see what's going to come up. Probably heaps of stuff. Heaps and heaps of stuff. I'll reject this now, actually. Don't need that running now. So I'll probably get software update going overnight and just go to bed, since it's now 1:15 in the morning. What's it going to try and suggest? iTunes, combined update, recovery update. Okay. Free upgrade to Sierra. Well, let's just do these ones first, eh? And actually, before I do that, can I get onto my other computer? There's no discs here.